Huh?
I missed the
Last one?
last one. Nico did the season 5, episode 5. So now we're on to episode 6. Teach, welcome to the
Hello, everybody.
trade deadline special today.
Oh, we got the clock in the back too. Is that even messed
So
up?
we are 54 minutes away from the trade deadline ending. How you feeling about the deadline, your season? Give us a little recap.
I already made one move with Josh Watson for Cooks. That was a pretty fair deal. I'm happy with it. I was in the talks for a little while, almost a month now. And then my season's been alright. I started off hot, went on a nice little 3-week slump. Now it looks like I'm heating up again. I don't know. Gotta get hot at the right time. Got hot too early last year, and then cooled
Oh
down.
yeah,
Lost cooled down in the playoffs. So hopefully all the way this year. We'll see.
Yeah. I mean, the Cooks Watson deal, that's interesting because I think everyone's mad that Josh got a receiver while giving up like a quarterback he's using.
Yeah, he's not using them. Yeah, I don't know.
But I can see where you're coming from, wanting to get.
I couldn't go. I couldn't go with Case Keenum and Derek Carr anymore. Like they were.
Yeah, no.
It was bad. Holding my team back. I think my quarterbacks last week got me like 12 points combined, which was.
Yeah, that you can't have that. You can't have that. I know we were talking about either one of my quarterbacks, but nothing. It's just,
well, our teams are a little similar, so it was like we couldn't really trade players.
It's tough in the league because you gotta find teams that are completely different from you.
Yeah.
You have running backs, they have running backs. Forget it.
Because
it's an 8-team league. It's not like it's hard to improve sometimes with stuff like that.
And draft picks are pretty overvalued, I would say.
Yeah. Yep. So I guess the big thing to talk about is Le'Veon Bell, and he's been moved, and there's been a lot of transactions in the league involving him, going around him. So I want to give my praise to a one Alex House if he's in the chat. I completely disagreed when you originally traded for Cook. I couldn't believe it, especially the pick swap too, which I'm still disagreeing with that, but nonetheless, you completely made up for it and then some. Again, James Conner, though Jenko, you should have a good running back.
That was a stupid trade for Jenko.
Though, what do you think? Dalvin Cook? I mean, he can be good, but he's not James. He's not gonna be James Conner. Not gonna be James.
He's also injured. Like I get Jenko like buying low, selling high, but I wouldn't have done it. Alex might win GM of the year. I think he's in the running for GM of the year. He brought his team back.
It was impressive. It's turning it around. And I mean, it's still that 3 and 4 seed is still pretty close. So
yeah, I think
it's basically anyone's game. Though me and Brian will have the longest.
If Nick lost last week, it would have been so much more interesting. I think he's like
tell me about it.
Up a playoff spot.
Yeah, so he's 7-2. So Josh's 5-4. You're 5-4.
Josh's win, oh my god, last week against Jenko.
Oh my god. Jenko couldn't get two yards.
2 yards for a catch. You can't even got a catch and lost 5 yards.
I know.
I didn't give him the ball once on that last drive.
I lose my in the feed season like that. I'm a little frustrated.
Oh yeah.
So, Alex, I appreciate the praise, but all I've been doing is clean up the mess I started.
Yeah. Worst GM to start the year. Best GM after week 1.
That the thing was everyone knew Josh had the picks to start the season, so he was already a favorite to start with, and then you see him get Le'Veon Bell, and you're like, wow, how are we supposed to stop this? I think that was the thing. It was if it's to anyone else, it's okay, it's he comes back after. Maybe they're not good by then, but
before Alex traded him to Josh, he hit me up for Jordan Howard for Le'Veon. I think it ended up being straight up. But I was at a family gathering, so I was like, "Oh fuck, I'll just respond to this later." And I never did, and then that trade happened. I was like, "Oh,
no kidding,
missed opportunity." But now it's looking good for me.
Yeah. Actually, I was just telling you before that I traded Le'Veon in another league for AJ Green. Yeah, and that's looking hella good right now. Trade. So, when it comes to the deadline, I think we're done. I mean, I don't trust Nico and Nick always at the last minute guys, 11:50. We'll see if anything comes above then. Brian, I know, is trying to get some picks.
Bro, Brian thought I've been trying to trade with Brian. I guess it's and deadline. We can leave out our deals. I was trying to trade for Tyler Boyd. Brian wanted a fifth for him.
I don't blame him.
But like, I don't know.
I told you I wanted a fifth for Landry.
For Landry.
Listen, you gotta make it. You gotta make it the value. Man. You gotta make it worth the value. You know, if you're giving up a 9th or a 10th for Landry or something like that, or Boyd, it gets to the point where it's not even worth it because it's kind of a shot in the dark pick. It's not even a starter pick at that point.
No, I disagree. If you look at a draft, the 8th round was with the run on quarterbacks. It gives you like a good starting quarterback. Like Matt Ryan went in the 8th, I think, and 9th.
Yeah, no, he did. I think it just becomes less of a sure thing, though.
Yeah, that's why. Like I thought, like a second receiver, like 7th to 9th is where you're gonna pick your quarterback. Like it's worth a solid starting quarterback. 4th, 5th round, you're starting to talk like first round picks.
Yeah, Josh, I don't regret it. Nah, I mean, we all thought that Le'Veon Bell would come back around like week 7 or 8 like that. I certainly thought it was said no way he was gonna hold out for the whole year. All of a sudden,
well, the rumors came up that he was gonna come back during their bye week. Before
week 10, I heard so many things.
Josh got a steal, and then that didn't happen.
Worth the risk, yeah.
I agree.
Well, in your spot, yeah. Someone else, that's a killer. You know, if you're one of those teams, if you're like in a 6th or 7th place, but you're only like a game or 2 out of the playoffs, and that happens, that hurts. That hurts big. Alex, I know he has a tough spot this week because Nick had Roethlisberger put up like almost 50 points, like 49 points, that's quite unfortunate to start the week. But if he can pull a win this week, it's gonna be pretty crazy.
Hard, there's a 50-point like potential difference right now.
Yeah, yep. I actually had Nick had Big Ben go 51 against me, and I ended up winning that. I had Matt Ryan went 52, but
I mean Andrew Luck and are they both playing? No, Andrew Luck's on the bye.
Andrew Luck against the Jags.
Oh, Kirk Cousins is on the bye.
Yeah, Cousins on the bye.
Like Andrew Luck can go for 50. Jags have been slacking.
Josh, that's why I got the pick in return, just in case wasn't much.
What was that trade? What pick did you get?
He got a 9th, and Alex gave up the 9th, and Alex had a 12th in return, or something like that.
So Josh moved up for it.
Or something. It was like 12th or 15th, or 9th or 12th. 12th. Yeah. Listen, I thought at the time I was like, Alex, there's no way you should be giving up that pick. It's like you already given up the better player to start with. Never mind.
12 or 15, that's not bad.
No,
there's not too much of a difference between that.
No, it's not. I guess looking at it now, that makes complete sense. But I'm just thinking at the time. But let's see. I know Nico and Brian are gonna be in a close matchup this week. I wonder if Nico's going to try and make a late push. Because he already picked up... he made a trade for Carson Wentz.
Carson Wentz for Tyreek Hill.
That's an interesting one.
It's similar to Cooks for Watson, I would say. Similar value.
Cooks for Watson was a fair, both fill a need.
Yeah, Cooks and Watson was... I think that was like 50-50, right down the middle.
You wanted Hill. Carson Wentz for Hill. Nico did give up a premium receiver, especially one that can be as boom as him, but I don't blame him one bit if he wants to take a shot. Carson Wentz can definitely be that guy that gets you 30, 35 points. Especially with Golden Tate coming in. I think that helps that trade as well. With the Carson Wentz, it kind of helps that side because Golden Tate's a really good possession receiver.
Open things up. What does that say?
I think Cook will miss all those games. That's true.
Yeah, the injury was kind of...
I traded him in Nick's league too for Le'Veon Bell. Same thing.
And Watson for Hill.
Cohen, Watson for Hill. I don't like Cohen to start, to be honest with you. Not a bad trade at all, though.
He's a good PPR guy.
Good PPR guy.
Playing time with Jordan Howard away, which is pissed.
Yeah. I kind of like a safe running back in that spot. Because I would take Nick Chubb over Cohen, actually. Like something like that. He's not going to catch passes, but I think I'm going to get at least 12 points, 13 points a game out of him. Nick reunites with Tyreek Hill after last year, as he was a big proponent of him.
I'm surprised Nick brought his value down. At one point, he wanted Antonio Brown for Carson Wentz. We had that talk. What was it, Sunday night, Monday night?
That's an interesting one. I think there would have to be some things around the deal
to
make it work.
That was the focus of the deal.
For Rodgers.
No, was it for Rodgers? Yeah.
I asked about Rodgers, but it got absolutely nowhere. I just wanted to see what he thought about it. That's when Nick was getting -1 for receivers each week. Jalen Rashad over Cohen? No, I would take Cohen still. Definitely. The Raiders are shaking my head. That's the symbol right there. I know me and Alex worked the trade yesterday in next league. Jared Cook for Deshaun Jackson. Jared Cook is probably the number one guy. At least we're doing standard format. So standard format, Jared Cook's probably the best threat there because just the touchdown dependency. I don't really trust the running backs or the other receivers there. But Wentz over Watson.
That's kind of...
I think even look last year, those two were the top two guys. I know they're certainly not having the year they're having now.
I think Watson has a better boom potential over
He
Wentz.
Does.
Wentz
he
might
does.
be a little bit more consistent, but
he does, and especially the Texans are hot right now.
Yeah.
Because you know what he did in a 6-game span. What can be done. So, he could bring it back. And Cooks.
I mean, he had that 40-point game a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. Yep. So no, it's definitely there. I mean, he's just gotta stay healthy. I think he's gotta run less.
Yeah.
That certainly would help him. Maybe the line gets a little bit better.
Well, Demaryius Thomas in that offense too might help out.
No, that's true. That's true, especially on third down.
That's really worrying me a little bit. Yeah, but I think Thomas now replaces that Fuller role. Not the same deep threat, but it's at least another receiver that they got to worry about.
He takes out the boom, but it helps with consistency.
Yeah,
I would say that, Josh. To be honest with you, Thomas. Not that I'm a fan of him, but he's certainly a lot more possession type than Fuller. Fuller's like an extreme Cooks where he's just gonna go deep.
Yeah. I think touchdowns might be down, but yards would probably be up with Thomas.
Nick, no, I need to find a relationship where Nick loves Nick and Thomas. Those two are loyal. He has them in his own league too. He has a huge fan of
this league too, huh?
Yeah, he loves them. Everyone has their players though, so Alex says I think Wentz back to lead status. What's elite status to you, Alex? Are we talking top 5 quarterback? Are we talking just a QB1? QB1 consider top 10. What range would you have him in there? Because I'm curious. Because I don't know. I don't think I'm as high. I still think he's good, but I don't know if I'm gonna be as high on him as you're saying. I want to see what you mean there. So, I mean, while they're responding, what do you feel about your outlook to the future? Yeah.
I think it's going to be a tight finish to the playoffs. What I want to clear up, head-to-head has no difference, right? It's only points.
I think it's still points, yeah.
It's only points, so head-to-head matchup doesn't matter.
Unless the points are tied. And believe it or not, I'm doing a third league with my neighbor. I'm 5-4 with some guy, and we have the same amount of points, down to the 10th.
Damn.
Down to the 10th.
Damn.
It's crazy. Josh, low-end QB1, high-end QB2. Yeah. I think I agree with that, Josh. I think it's more matchup dependent. If he gets a really good matchup, I bump him up slightly a little higher. But if we're gonna go by average, I'd put him around there.
I mean, I would put Mahomes, Breeze, Luck, Cousins, and Rodgers above him, fantasy-wise.
Mm-hmm.
So that right there, you're
Philip Rivers and Goff.
Rivers, Goff, yeah.
So we'll go low-end QB. Yeah, low-end QB1. That's another one. Melvin Gordon.
He's been killing it.
I'm
very happy with that pick.
I praised them
the whole
in the season.
The Chargers, whole team's been killing it.
But yeah, they have been. Now they have Keenan Allen, who Alex has. And the thing is, that's funny. What Phil Rivers is doing as good as he's doing is that Keenan Allen's consistent. Melvin Gordon's like a premier receiver almost. And then they have the boomer bust of receivers of the Williams guys.
Yeah.
Tyrell and Mike. I have Mike Williams, but I'm afraid to start him. No, he gets 2 targets. They're an interesting team.
They make 7-yard touchdown targets.
Yeah, I know. That's the crazy thing.
Jackson kind of thing.
Alex puts him above Cousins. Wow, it's interesting. Mullins top 10. Nick Mullins and Lamar Jackson stay woke in top 5 for the rest of the season. Rivers has multiple touchdowns in every game.
No, Rivers is having an MVP season.
Yeah. He's having one of his better seasons for sure. I think they can keep it going too. I think the Chargers
like a scary dark horse in the playoffs.
Yeah, I think they're gonna be a consistent team for the rest of the season. So I think Janko, who has them, that's a must start every week, obviously. So he shouldn't have any concerns with his quarterbacks. I put Goff and Rivers in the same area actually, and they were drafted in the same area too. So they kind of have similar fantasy performances the way I've seen it. Matt Ryan too. Matt Ryan's number QB2 in the entire league. So
bro, I can't believe I took Matthew Stafford over. I mean, it's actually a bad pick with my quarterbacks this year. Very regrettable.
See, I'm a big Stafford guy. I thought he was fantasy, and I've praised him a lot.
He's a great fantasy guy. I don't know. The thing was that streak it went. I think Stafford, Ryan, Roethlisberger, Rivers, Goff, or something like that.
Here's the thing with Stafford. I was a little off on him this year because of Patricia. I wanted to see.
But I thought that might help because since they kept Jim Bob Cooter, I thought that Patricia just would step away from the offense.
No, it does, but just the culture of the head coach sometimes.
No.
Jim Caldwell, he had Peyton Manning when they were really good too. So he has clearly an offensive mind that contribute. Yeah. It was the same with Russell Wilson. If I knew Brian Schottenheimer was the OC of the Seahawks before I drafted Wilson, I should have looked into that. I thought it was still Bevel. Oh my God, I would have never taken Russell Wilson. Brian Schottenheimer comes from the New York Jets power run scheme, where I think Russell Wilson's throwing 20 attempts a game. So it's coaching does matter for sure, and I've even seen that with the Cardinals, too, with David Johnson.
Yeah, you got coach bucks this year.
I did. I got the names. I got the names, but the coaches aren't doing it. Rivers has been a quiet MVP candidate for sure. He's a notch below the other top guys with Mahomes, Breeze, and Gurley, but he's definitely there. If he keeps putting up multiple touchdowns every week, he'll surely, maybe won't get top votes, but he'll be in the conversation at least. So, I guess we'll talk about, we'll do 2 extremes. I know there's only 36 minutes left in the deadline. You're Janko right now. How do you feel? I feel
like Janko fucked himself out. With trading James Conner, I just don't get the point. He made another trade too. Doug Baldwin, right?
Yeah, I did Philip Lindsay for Doug Baldwin, which hasn't been a bad. I thought I won that trade.
Yeah, I saw that trade and I was like, what are you doing, Janko?
It's looking like a push.
Yeah. Still. I feel like he made his team weaker.
Dalvin Cook can be good. I get his philosophy there. But I still would have kept Connor.
Yeah.
I know he's basically in the playoffs, but
still.
And then I guess the more interesting conversation would be Brian in this case.
If I was Brian, I would sell.
Brian's been he's been talkative with the deadline, but he's been very quiet.
No, Alex gets best GM, Brian gets worst. I was trying to make a trade with Brian. I'm like, all right, what do you value Cam Newton at? And he's like, oh, high value. I'm like, okay, what is that value? Give me a round. No respect. Just throw out a number. Or so then I'll throw out a pick. I'm like, oh, 7th, 8th round pick. And no response. I'm like, all right, trying to start a conversation here.
The no response is interesting.
Right?
I'm a little surprised. Especially, I would be trying to sell too. I think he could have sold Cam Newton for his schedule that he has coming up.
I'll try to trade for Cam Newton.
He has one of the best schedules coming up. He's got Tampa twice and like the Saints, looking pretty good.
He wanted a 5th for Cam.
That's not bad.
I think it's high for a quarterback. I don't know. Quarterback's important, but like
a 5th round for a quarterback in the Cam Newton tier range. I need some opinions here. I think that can go a couple of different ways depending on how much you really need a quarterback.
Yeah.
If you were really, really desperate and you were like on the fringe of being elite, I think it would be something to consider. Definitely. 5th is high for Cam? Yeah, probably. I know quarterbacks don't have pick. When you're trading a quarterback for a pick, I don't think it has the same value as if you're looking for a player.
Yeah. Like,
you know what I'm saying?
Like, you can make a conversation for like a good running back for a 5th.
Right.
But yeah, I agree, Josh.
Top 3 rounds should not be traded.
I think at this point in the season, like a 1st round pick should be traded for about a 4th. I think that's fair value. Like an Antonio Brown for like a 4th or a Barkley for a 4th is fine.
Oh, I wouldn't. I had people asking me about Kamara, and I said a 1st round pick and a top 25 receiver. He's just too elite. It's the number 2 running back. I think he's completely undervalued at 4th or 5th round. That's basically you
know who's going to trade you that.
I know, but you're basically handing someone the trophy there. That would create a bidding war. It should at least.
It should.
1st round pick for 6 games, no guaranteed win.
Yeah.
It's not. It never is. No matter how many guys you trade for, but still, Josh, if I gave you like Kamara for a 4th, or I gave Janko like a Kamara for 4th, it'd be over. I know like it's not yet, but like the pendulum just swings in that person's favor so much. If you had Barkley and Kamara, which are Julio and Breeze Mahomes, you gotta tell me you're gonna lose many games there. You could have one guy bust. You got 4 guys go boom. I mean, for why my price at least for him was really, really high. And I don't really know what the Brian's selling price for Kamara is, but Hunt.
I didn't even ask about Hunt. I was just getting super response. My offer to Brian was a 5th for Cam and Boyd, and like a 12th or something like that. I thought that was like a fair offer. He like laughed at it.
Yeah, Boyd's good, especially with Green out.
So no, I think that hurts Boyd's value. Because then it's going to roll coverage to Boyd. I like the number 2 receiver now, like for fantasy wise, because if like same things happen with like Juju and Antonio. Antonio's getting the coverage, so Juju gets the openness.
We'll see what kind of receiver he is then. That's for Boyd. We'll see if he's actually good
or coverage, or if it's just because of AJ Green.
Right. Why not take the best offer on the table if it helps you for next year?
Yeah, that's what
I don't know, Josh. I still think there's just a little principle to it, to be honest with you. If you're really, really underselling someone to get pennies on the dollar, I don't agree with that method. I think it's number one. I think it's bad for the league. I think it's awful. But I completely understand why, from a team perspective, why it would make sense. But I don't think an extra 5th or 6th round is gonna make or break anything for me, like a 1st or 2nd one. I mean, what if I don't even want the 1st pick next year? What if I want a middle round pick? It's not shooting myself in the foot. If I win games and I get that middle round pick and in the 1st round I want next year, I'm fine with that. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's not a guarantee either.
No, it's not. But if we're just gonna play odds here, that's like saying trade for Kamara. You're likely to do a lot better, but you're not guaranteed.
Right, but in your case, you could trade Kamara, you could trade Johnson, you could trade your quarterbacks. You could easily gather like 3 or 4 like 4th, 5th round picks.
I think I'm just in a weird spot where my team's pretty good, but I've just had
you have like fake hope, I would say.
No,
but like Brian should be trading everybody. Brian should trade whoever he can. Oh, I'm surprised. Like, where's Nico and Brian? They're not in here, huh?
No, I think they're busy tonight or something. I'm not sure, but listen, I know, I get it, but I mean, I can win. I can see myself winning 4 out of 5 and fighting for a spot. I can. It's a longest of long shots. I'm realistic about it.
I think at some point you gotta play odds.
Yeah.
The odds even making the playoffs aren't looking too good.
No. But like I said, I don't want to. I don't know. I don't care to trade someone to someone else for pennies on a dollar. I don't agree with it.
It's not really pennies on the dollar though.
A fifth is.
Fifth? Yeah, no, I wouldn't trade Kamara for a fifth, but I think a fourth for Kamara, it's not a bad deal.
At lowest should be second or third.
No way for a second.
Fournette went for a third last year, and I know we shouldn't be comparing.
No,
I know we shouldn't be comparing.
I drove that price up from a fifth to a third on Brian. Because I just wanted him to get it, so I just kept raising Josh until Brian brought it to a point where I was like, all right, I'm not touching that. He was going to trade him for a fifth.
I forgot about that.
I played a little sneaky hand in that.
I don't think 6-8 gets you in the playoffs. Probably not. 7-7 could. This still time for me.
You win 5 games though.
Did it last year?
Yeah, but you're projected to lose this week by 15, 20.
Brian offered me a third for Gronk last year. Oh, come on.
Bro, Brian's the worst GM. Brian doesn't make sense. Fucking Jacob Hollister bullshit. Man. That's Brian.
I can't wait for the end of the year podcast.
Yeah.
Nice review. So I'm starting to have to keep that one in mind. But no one wanted Gronk. I couldn't even get rid of Gronk this year. Couldn't even do it.
I think you're a little high on Gronk. I forget what you said. But I think you said very good player or high value draft pick. I don't know.
I think I thought he had one more year in him. I really did.
I mean, he's still a kid.
Knowing that Cooks was gone. Yeah. I thought they was just gonna.
It's just been a weird red zone offense this year. I don't know.
Yeah, it really has. I just thought more things would open up, for Gronk, but obviously it didn't. At least not yet. I mean, when he comes back, who knows? Maybe it actually is okay and gets me 15, 16 points a game. Did it? But I'm starting OJ Howard no matter what until he proves me otherwise.
Yeah.
So we're under a half hour from the trade deadline.
Does anybody want to make a trade?
I got a phone ready to accept. Shoot me a text, please, before you do anything so I can update it right away and I can announce it right here in case something does happen.
What would you want for Ryan? What's your value? If Kamara's a second or third, what's Ryan?
Matt Ryan's the quarterback 2 in the league.
Yeah.
Matt Ryan is in literally the best situation.
Has he had his bye yet, though?
Yeah. Week 7. Schedule's all right, but the thing with Matt Ryan is he's not even schedule dependent.
Yeah, he's pretty consistent.
Really isn't. What's the asking price on David Johnson? Well, if we're giving Kamara, if I personally think Kamara's between a 1 and a 2, which I do think.
You're crazy, bro.
I'm sorry. 2 at the lowest. I think David Johnson, would be something like a 4 or 5. And he's gonna. If you see his touch percentage, I know the numbers aren't completely there, but if you see his touch percentage in that offense, it's still rather high. It really is, and the backup's no good. Yeah, he has 20 points, but it's about projection. I mean, over time. I mean,
yeah, they got new OC. It's been proven that he's not doing good. We're 11 weeks in the season now.
Yeah, but I think a new OC is at least something to think about. Look, he's put double digits up every single.
Yeah, but double digits isn't that big of a thing. Most people get double digits. If you don't get double digits from somebody, that's a bad player.
I mean, he's got Kansas City, he's got Oakland, he's got the Chargers, Green Bay, Detroit, Atlanta, and the Rams left. Not bad. Not bad at all.
No. Josh, we're on the safe wavelength of trading. I love trading, talking with you. Josh is a very
Josh offered me an 8th for Kamara, so I don't really want to talk to him.
An 8th, that's a little bad, but But Josh, I love you.
Josh wants to be handed the championship sometimes, and just get rid of your players, no use. An 8th is useless. A 6th is useless. I'm sorry, they're useless picks.
They're useless players.
For the guys, the elite players you give up.
But bro, that's not gonna change your. I'd rather have the extra pick.
I don't know. Like I said, I still think my team's okay. It might not make the playoffs, but I want a middle round lottery pick.
Bro, but it's either championship or bust in fantasy. Who cares if you make the playoffs? I'd rather have a better chance next year for no difference this year.
When you get in the playoffs, it's a 50-50 shot. You're already there. It's a 50 chance. Teach gets it. No, Josh, we all fucking get it.
How is it 50-50? It's not 50-50 at all.
In the playoffs?
Yeah.
Yo, a quarterback shits the bed. Can happen. Someone gets hurt. Can always happen.
And it's not 50-50 though, man. You gotta win 2 games.
And teams that are top 4 are really good.
Yeah, but
look at the 1 and 2 seeds. The 4 seed won last year, and the 4 seed won the year before that. Jacob and Nico literally went 11-3 2 years ago, and they both got knocked out of the first round.
Still,
you got knocked out.
I got knocked out. Fucking Nico.
I mean, Nico was put up 220 as the 4 seed. It's like
Nico's team again this year makes no sense. He always has that might put up 130, might put up 230 team.
He's a very boomer bust.
Yeah, every year. Sure.
Nico got a little robbed, and we were talking about before with Brady and Garoppolo.
Yeah, Brady's not having a good fantasy year.
Not for this season with the way points are being put up.
And then Garoppolo turned his ACL on a stupid play.
Yeah, that was he
rough. Probably had the best wide receiver corps in the league though.
He did.
So he can get by without Hill.
Yeah, Michelle has to come back for him. That's an X factor right there.
He might play this week.
Yeah, I think he's going to.
But I mean, Kittle and Ayers is kind of saving him. It's kind of like an extra receiver.
Yeah, Kittle's a good move. I think he got dropped actually. I think Brian had him before.
Brian might have had him before.
Yeah, and so Nico.
I thought you said right now. I was like, I'm about to pick that up.
No, so Nico took advantage. Yeah, Nick. Anything can happen when you make the playoffs. Anything. I should look back and see how many times the 1 seeds won in my league. I gotta go. I should look back and see.
Right, but you're not even in a position to make the playoffs right now.
No, I'm not.
That's my argument for you and Brian. Sure, you can make the playoffs, but the chances of you making the playoffs are a lot less than you actually winning it if you make the playoffs.
I'm saying if you're going for a championship, you should have to give up championship price. Should have to. You should have to.
Yeah, but you can't argue that a first round pick is still worth a first or second round pick more than midway through the year.
No.
There's a depreciation of value depending on how many games you're going to get. If you were trading Kamara week 4, sure, first round or second round pick, that's the going price. But it's week 11. That price drops the longer the season goes on.
But if you still put up 30, 35 points a game, really, sometimes it's worth it. Alex, I don't think Mike should be selling. I have a believer. You
got 1.
That's all I need. All I need is 1 believer. 4th in points each, and I'm 8 behind you. I could be easily top 3.
Sure, but you're gonna play that card. But end of the year, this is day. You're 2-7.
No
matter what your points are.
But I can get the tiebreaker though. In some cases.
Sure.
But no, you're right though. I have the longest.
You're gonna win out if you want to win.
Yeah, no, I understand that. I might not even win this week. Not looking good, but
I think if you lose this week, you're done.
Oh, for sure. That's 100%. 100% done. Alex doesn't want anyone in the playoffs to get your studs. I don't know. You should be worried about Alex. He's trying to make a trade. I mean, the top two teams are probably in the playoffs, but besides that, I think it's pretty fair.
I think Knicks win last week. Solidify that he's in the playoffs. If he lost last week, it would made things much more interesting. And Josh sneaked by on that win. That would have made things so much more interesting.
Yeah, would have helped me. For sure.
Yeah, would have helped me
been
too.
Right in there.
Woke up Monday morning, I'm like, cool. Like, Nick, Nico, and Josh could all possibly lose this week. Gonna be a great week. Didn't happen. I hope Nico might lose this week. That'd be interesting.
Yeah, the projection close. Brian starring Carolina defense against Pittsburgh. Ballsy move. Let me tell you. -3 against Pittsburgh at home. That I don't know if I ever start any defense against that team.
Well, Django started Rams against the Saints last week too. I was like, what the fuck?
That was awful. That killed them.
I think they might have lost because they got like -2. I think they lost them the week.
It did lose them the week for sure. I don't know. I've had 10 different defenses in 10 weeks.
Chicago defense keeping me alive. 40 points last week.
I wish they put up like 30. I'd more points. Also, it's 30. It's all right.
Bro, save me from my quarterbacks. Nice. 12 points combined for my quarterbacks.
Yeah, that's tough.
We're really not going to have a trade, huh? Last year's deadline was like crazy.
Well, you got to think about last year, too, is how many injuries there were to start players. So, it hasn't been as bad this year. So, teams were all over the place last year. And then you also had Josh, who was willing to sell out.
Yeah, we need more Joshes in this league. Just sell.
It's bad. It really is. If you're trading elite players for nothing.
It's not nothing, man. Like 4th round picks.
All right. Well, I guess
solid picks.
Well, I guess a 4th isn't bad. It's not. But
what was our 4th round this year? Kelsey, Thielen, Watson, Howard, Diggs, Fitzgerald. This is a weird 4th round.
4th round's always weird.
Baldwin Hill. You're getting like high quality players.
No, you do.
Like wide receiver 1 or 2, running back 1 or 2.
No. Listen, I know I had my price for Kamara extremely high, but you can definitely make the argument that give him just like he's worth a 3rd or 4th.
I can hear it 3rd. No way for a second.
No, I
think that's like loony bin.
That was high Kamara. No, I can completely understand the argument for that. But like when you get the 6th or 8th range, it's like just lose the number, as Nick would say. Lose the number. Yeah, doesn't look likely the trade's gonna happen. I think it would be something small. You trying thinking anything last minute, or you think you're done?
I wanted to make a trade. I've actually talked to like almost everybody in the league about making a trade. Only Josh happened.
Yeah, I definitely talked to every single person. I even talked to Nico, which never happens. I still don't think to this day me and Nico have traded with each other. And if we had it was something small or like a really, really long time ago. I think I was interested in MVS, the Packers receiver, for Nico. But unfortunately, he needed a receiver this week. It was just such a bad timing. Otherwise, I think I would have tried to push pretty hard for him. That would have been a nice either Chubb or Aaron Jones for him. But
I kind of want Gronk, but then I feel like I have too many Patriots.
Is that really a bad thing?
I mean, I don't know. I can't like Gordon White and Gronk playing at the same time.
Gronk, huh?
What's your price on Galladay?
My price on Galladay? 7th.
7th.
Brian, you might be too late. You got 14 minutes. Actually, you probably have like 10 minutes.
Brian, let's talk Boyd. What's your price?
Brian, your best thing to do right now is literally just name your values.
Just literally just put out a list of your what you would your values on your players.
Yeah, just do it. You don't have much time. I would take a pick for Gronk. I think.
Pick what round?
I think in the same area, 6th or 7th.
6th or 7th. How badly do I need tight end? See, they have the bye coming up too, which is.
Can you get by it though?
I got Ingram and Cook. So like Cook, I thought with like Cooper out, we get all the targets, but like last week, he fucking sucked. Ingram, we got no idea on the Giants' offense. I was a problem with tight ends.
I do a 6 for Gronk right now.
I think it's not that high for me, I'll be honest, for Gronk. The year he's having.
Coming healthy after the bye though.
Yeah.
Boom bust potential.
It is boom bust potential.
I mean, if he booms, it can turn around a team.
Yeah, you're looking at like 20 points a game.
He's due.
Oh.
I think it's something to consider.
I'm considering it. We have 13 minutes.
Well, we have the trade in place, so call it 10.
Sure, call it 15.
And I can't make any changes after 12. I'm worried like it's done.
Snake oil sales. Who's that referred to?
Me.
You?
Yeah, don't get me started on Josh.
Boyd 6. That's actually pretty fair.
I don't know. What do you think about Gronk?
At 6, I can't go 6.
No?
What's Cam, Brian? Well, what's the value on Jacob Hollister?
Actually, another player that's one of my favorite players, James White.
He's been having a year.
Has been having a hell of a year.
Hell of a year.
I usually try and get him every single year, and this year
Yeah, the one player that like I went to the draft wanting was James White. I had my eye on him.
He's been an RB1.
Oh yeah, he's honestly like winning me games at this point.
For sure.
Covers up like that weakness in my receiving corps.
Cam's a 4.
Cam's a 4? Crazy.
Hollister 1. I think it's a 1 and then a future, like a 2021. It's funny that Josh called me a snake oil salesman when I literally made 3 trades yesterday, and that people
this league though.
Like talking with me.
It's not this league.
Ironically, 2 of them were with people in this league. So
still not this league though.
So
you got some conversation going on over there. What's happening?
I do, but it's dead.
No.
Sorry, Alex. Aaron Jones talk.
Oh, it's not juicy.
No.
I don't know. See, like my other thing is like I don't know if my team needs it. Like I can get by, but like I wouldn't be too comfortable with it. You know what I'm saying?
Can't work something out for Gronk.
I think like an 8th. I don't know. I can't go.
Can you meet me in the middle?
Matters what the pick you would trade.
Very, very low.
Well, how many rounds?
If you're not giving me a player, I'm gonna give you back like an 18th or a 19th. If I'm not getting a player.
Would you want to play? Who would you want?
Oh, I might just take the pick at this point.
My biggest thing is like I don't know.
Just give me who you would drop.
I can't. There's a lot riding on the Patriots offense.
I think you'd think about the schedule though.
No, man. Like I'm pretty sure they play Jets, Bills, 16-17, which is always a tough matchup.
Pittsburgh and Buffalo.
Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh would be a shootout. Buffalo played him like real tight last time.
At home though.
Yeah. Fuck, 8 minutes. Oh.
Leave me in the middle.
For 7th.
Yeah, the Brian method.
Whoa! So second place does get points?
Yeah.
Oh, its top scorer doesn't get points.
Yeah, it's second place.
Okay. I gotta really read up on rulebook.
It's more now this year too, because we upped the money.
That's true.
I'll do a 7th, Gronk. Let's sign me up. Give me the play you drop.
I'm thinking. It's real tempting. Brian, would you do Boyd for a 7th?
Six minutes.
No.
I think a trade's gonna get done within the next few minutes.
Yeah.
I think it might not even be us.
There's somebody.
It could be, but someone's scheming.
Somebody must have planned something.
Nice fun fact that we had last year. Me and Nick were talking about a Drew Brees for Devontae Freeman trade last year at 11:57.
Who would be trading who?
I'd be trading Freeman for Brees.
Freeman was doing good last year, though, right?
He's doing all right.
Hmm.
They're both.
I think that'd been a steal.
Both players were doing all right. Well, I got Goff for 14th, which was so ridiculous.
Yeah.
See, that's the kind of I know I was
in collusion at that point.
See, that's the thing. Like, I know I got Goff in that deal, but like that was extremely unfair.
Yeah.
It was. Like Goff's, it should have been way more rounds, and that's why. Like, I wasn't too high in Goff. That's why I just throw it a low round. It's like, all right, if Josh wants more, it's like so be it. He deserves, if he gets a 7th or 8th, he certainly deserves to take that.
Mm.
But it was like you throw it the low pick like that. It's like, oh, it worked. It's like, all right. So I'm just saying that things are talking when the chat's
the chat's quiet. Boyd for a 7th.
Boyd.
Fuck, 5 minutes. Come on, 7%.
You can make this deal.
We could.
You can do it right now.
The thing is, I don't know who to drop because I have to pick up a kicker. So we're gonna have to drop somebody for a kicker.
I will put the trade offer out there, and then you choose to accept it. That's what's gonna happen.
Okay.
No. I'm gonna say you're gonna drop Jared Cook.
I don't know, man.
You have 4. That would be like.
There can't be 3 tight ends. I don't know, what the fuck's going on with the Raiders' offense. And I don't know how much I trust Ingram. He would do Boyd for a 7th. Oh, juicy. Who has better value?
I'm gonna Put the trade out there.
Okay. Put it out there.
Ball's in your court. Wait, who signed in as me? Nico, is that you? You could stay on that, but I'm just saying.
Oh man, 4 minutes.
Nico, I think, presumed to be Nico. There's trade talks going on. It's now or never. You got 2 minutes.
3 minutes.
Who is this? Anyways, teach the offers there. Alex is a hacker. If the lights go off. Nico, if that's you, Gronk for a 6th. Fuck
me.
No pending offers, still talking. But it's either now or never.
Now or never.
This is getting saucy. I don't even have time to do the other one. If you want to.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't, to be honest. What do I do?
No balls. I will give you the countdown in the seconds. You are like 70 seconds away.
Mm.
Gronk for a 7th.
And Cook.
He gives me Jared Cook in a 7th. I give him Gronk in an 18th.
Oh fuck, we down to a minute, boys.
I might have to accept it within 12 o'clock, so just saying it's like literally now or never. Oh, God. I offered him Gronk. Teach, it is now or never. Teach!
I don't know. I can't commit to
Teach,
it.
it's a 7th.
It's Gronk.
Can you really trust Josh Gordon just in case? Teach? Teach! Oh, Teach! Just accept it.
Just see what happens.
Maybe it'll work.
No, I'll accept it. See what happens.
It worked.
Yeah?
We had a trade at the very last minute. I think you might have accepted it within...
like, 1 seconds. Yeah, he's on my team.
All right, we have a trade to announce that happened at literally 11:59:58. That was probably what the clock said. I think that's when you press the button. Gronk and an 18th round pick for Jared Cook and a 7th. I get the 7th. That's basically the main part of the trades. Wait a minute, Gronk's on my team still.
He's on my team, bro.
Oh, I just updated. There we go. All right. Look at that. We had a live trade negotiation.
Honestly, I just wanted that to happen. I'll be honest. That was a motivating factor.
Reactions, thoughts? We have another... Oh, my God. We have another trade to announce.
Do we? Nick just traded for Odell? Is that what I'm saying?
He did. Big deal. Big deal. I will announce the trade.
What?
Looks like
Nick got a steal.
Nick
Holy
got Beckham.
Shit.
Wait a minute.
Beckham in a 7th?
For a 10th? Wait, are you reading that right?
What do you guys do? Brian, you're an idiot.
Wait.
What the fuck?
He gave up a higher pick?
He gave up a higher pick.
Wait.
What just happened?
I don't know. I didn't even look at it. I just accepted it. Did he give up the wrong player? I don't know what's going on.
Bro, oh my god.
Did he give up? Oh my god.
You did it.
They blew it. They blew it.
I mean, it's accepted. Brian's got like royally. Like...
Wait, he gave him John Ross. Was that supposed to be Tyler Boyd?
No, he traded. No, he dropped John Ross.
Oh, wait a minute.
To make room for Odell.
Wait. Wait. So Brian gave up.
Brian gave up Beckham a 7th for a 10th.
Wait. Wait. That is the actual news. That is it.
We're just shocked at the news.
This is it. Look again.
I'm looking. Still says the same.
All right. So it looks like something got sorted out. So Nick gave up the 7th.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. How are we still making trades? Still have 3.
I don't know. But I think I'm going to call it. Why? I wonder why it's accepted.
I don't know.
Oh, is that specific? Is that on Pacific time?
Pacific time. We might have like 3 more hours.
Nonetheless.
Now the deal is Odell Beckham and a 10th round pick for a 7th rounder.
Good job, Nick.
Nick. Wow.
Oh, Nick, it is. Okay.
So we still got time. Damn.
So, chat, let's hear reactions to the 2. We'll call it 2 trades. Does this mean we can keep going?
That does mean we can keep going. We got 3 more hours, boys.
What do you guys think? I personally thought it was Eastern time.
I thought it was midnight.
I thought it was. That's why I told him, if you're gonna accept it, do it at 11:58. I mean 11:59:58.
So no more trades. Yeah, I think that's what like everybody thought.
Yeah, and I think that's fair. Because that's what we did last year. I actually did it the day before last year.
Yeah, it was a Friday last year.
I thought it was once it hit that date, it was done, but it was continued through that date, through the Saturday. Extend. Nico having late night regrets.
Yeah.
I thought Brian just got the biggest host job of all time. Literally. I was I literally couldn't believe what I was reading. Who's this? Nico, stop being a troll. Who's in the league? That's not here. Janko?
But how would he have access to the horizontal web page?
He doesn't. FBI.
Where would he get hacked?
Yeah, I think we're done. So Alex says if we're done, I think Nick is a big winner. Huge.
Huge.
Nick won this trade.
I can't believe like that was even an offer.
He got Tyreek Hill and Beckham.
Yeah. Give up.
Yeah. Wentz in a 7th.
In a 10th and a 7th. Damn.
I don't even know what to say. I was so shocked to see that.
Yeah, no, that's a good.
That was like the MLB trade deadline when like they call it end, but like they call the trade deadline's done, but then like at 4:10 they give there's one more trade. We started talking at 11:50. Clearly, it did because the first offer I get, I was like, "What the hell is this?" I panicked. I accepted it because I was like, maybe it was accepting when it was still pending, so that's why I did it right away. I didn't even look at the trade. I like accepted it, then I looked.
Like I guess I'm not like mad at Brian because he still moved up, but yeah, that's a bad trade.
I don't think he had to give up the 10th.
No, I don't know why you gave
I think he could have done what I did and give up a late round. You know, like an 18th or something.
Yeah, I don't know why the 10th. Why the 10th?
It's an interesting one.
That's like the equivalent of like Beckham for like an 8th.
Beckham's better than Gronk.
Yeah.
And I think I got more. To be honest with you.
Yeah, Jared Cook with it.
Yeah.
That's what it comes down to.
Now, whether someone thinks Gronk was overvalued or Odell was undervalued.
Kind of makes sense. Because Gronk can't be like a tight end 1.
He can be. I mean, after the bye, I think getting these 3 weeks of rest are going to be pretty big. Yeah. I really do think so. And I mean, I probably would have used him as a flex play because I really think OJ Howard's really good.
Yeah.
I probably could have even offered OJ Howard, to be honest with you. I think he's that good as well, especially with Fitzpatrick. But
that's just that quarterback situation that scares me.
Here's the thing with his Gronk in your situation when you're concerned about the Patriots. I think Josh Gordon is still someone you can't trust 100%, either pulling like a hamstring or being late to practice, something like that. So I offered Brian a 7th for Hill.
Brian doesn't have Hill.
Brian doesn't have Hill. Oh, Hunt. I mean, Hunt is. Oh.
Yeah, he just traded Odell for a 7th. Brian still has the rank of worst GM. How are you going to value Boyd at a 6th and then trade Odell for a 7th?
Wait a minute.
Can we talk about that for a second?
Wait a minute. That's true.
What is this?
I hope Brian's still in the chat. I would like an explanation. Can someone pull Brian in the chat, please, if he's not in here?
We're summoning Brian.
Okay, so Nico is here. So there was a 5th guy, so that means Brian left. Someone text Brian, pull him in here.
Why did Brian leave?
That's a good question. Brian's making some weird choices tonight.
He showed up, made a fool of himself, and then left. All in like 10 minutes.
But fake Nico brings up a good point. Gronk and Odell the same round. Now, whether you think Odell was undervalued or Gronk was overvalued, that's based on opinion. I think Gronk was still around that value what he can bring after the bye. I think it was more Odell was undervalued.
Odell was undervalued.
If we're gonna take Boyd was a 6th.
Like my feelings towards the Gronk trade is like I didn't lose, I didn't win. I'm like very even with it.
You also get that as we were talking about is like the 4 seed that comes in hot. I mean, if Gronk starts to get going,
I needed to phone for like 3 weeks, which I think he will. I don't think that he's gonna get his targets. I don't think that matters.
No, Josh. We had a bidding war between the 15th and 16th round for Odell. It's still a bad trade. I know what you're saying. Still, I don't agree with it.
What are you talking about? I just want Brown's explanation.
Yeah, if Boyd was a 6th and Odell was straight for a 7th, that's the explanation we want. They're trying to make it seem okay. No, Nick, you stole
daddy dicked them.
You absolutely murdered that trade. That was worse than me trading Le'Veon Bell for AJ Green yesterday.
Oh.
All right, I'll go as far as to say that. And Bell's not even playing. At least AJ Green's out for a couple weeks. Possibly this season. That's another thing with actually, AJ Green's health. Janko has good receivers, don't get me wrong. But the fact he was fine with it. Just, maybe think he'd be ready for the playoffs like Cook would be. OBJ would be good on my bench. You gonna start a new one? I'll explain why I did it. No, Josh, you're right. I know what you're saying now. My fault. OJ, you gonna start a new one, Nick?
Damn, I got 3 Patriots. Fuck me.
Yeah, but it's the Patriots, though.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Just think about it. If you had Kamara, Brees, and Thomas.
Yeah, you can.
I think you'd be all right. Cooper. Now, Alex, talk to us now. You have to face Tyreek and Odell now while still going for a playoff spot. What's going on? We need to hear your reaction. He's learning how to act first.
Why are you trashing the dude you just traded for? I don't get what your strategy is right now.
Just troll himself.
I mean, Alex lost the week already, just with Big Ben going for 50.
What? One of the biggest losers of the deadline is Alex now, just because indirectly.
Yeah.
Because of the matchup. For sure. He had Connor getting hurt, and he had Roethlisberger going off.
Yeah.
You want to think of any worse scenario? I think he's trying to be modest.
Dude, it's not even theft. It's like back alley beatdown.
Alex, you're just gonna have to hope that you need Keenan. I think Keenan's your X factor this week.
Bro, I should have fucking done OBJ for a fucking 7th and a 10th. I'm so fucking like, Brian, fuck you, man. On the record, Brian, fuck you.
Brian's GM skills have gone.
I've been trying to trade for fucking Tyler Boyd for this past week. Nigga wanted like a 5th.
And he did that in 2 minutes.
Then he did that in 2 minutes. 3 minutes.
Brian's had a history of interesting moves, or dating back to his debut of Gronk going 1.
Oh my god! I totally forgot about that. Oh, that did happen.
In the Delta 3rd round.
Yeah, Brian, where's GM?
Though last year he made it to the finals, so while he gave up a lot of picks, he still made it to the finals.
He didn't win. Don't matter. Okay.
He got money.
Did he make his money back, or did he
He won.
He profited?
Yeah, 25.
Okay. I guess at that point.
No, it salvages that for sure, in my opinion. Pat Steen's got at least 30.
They could.
Wow.
They could. Pat has been like pretty good.
A McCourty pick 6 would help you there. Next projected 232. Oh my lord.
I think they might win the league. No?
Let me say this. The league got a lot closer.
Yeah.
The rich got richer and the poor got poor. Now I don't look. I got a pick out of it at least. I can say.
I'm fine with our idea.
I think that both helped us. You see, the thing with you is you're gearing up for a playoffs position. In case you need like a if you're playing like someone like Janko, you need a guy that's like a boom guy.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm facing Josh now, and I'm probably gonna bench Chubb because I don't think 3 Browns are gonna go off. I'm probably gonna start Aaron Jones so I can get a couple booms in there. Just because Chubb's the better play, but just because of that boom factor, because Josh is projected to win by so much more. Same thing can happen for you.
I think I have a good shot at beating Jenkins this week.
Especially against Pittsburgh. Brady could throw 450 against that defense.
Yeah, well done.
And look at what Gronk did again last year. Their team hasn't really changed that much.
Yeah. Well, if Gronk gets healthy, which I don't think he'll play tomorrow.
No, he's not.
So and then they have the bye the week after.
Listen, I thought it was an alright trade until I saw the Beckham one. Let me say that.
Yeah, all right. Now I feel like shit. But like Brian's an idiot. Love the kid. He's an idiot.
Where is he? Brian ducked after he made that move. He gone. He said, "Fuck you, Nick," and then he went.
He said, "Fuck me, Nick." Did you like at least buy the kid dinner?
Yeah,
like
Alex.
Flowers?
I mean, Nick, you're gonna have to gonna have to give him something nice after the season. Not the toilet trophy either.
How do you go from training a third for Leonard Fournette to training a 10th or what, a 7th for Odell? Oh.
Thank God that this thing was extended to 3 a.m. because I don't know if I'd be able to get that off. You might have just given.
Yeah, you would have saved them.
I saw like a Beckham. My just initial reaction of seeing Beckham in a 7th for a 10th. I almost threw up. I made him off. He can't refuse. See, this is what strokes Nick's ego, Mr. Godfather here.
I don't know. I think we need somebody to like co-run Brian's team with him.
Now, Josh, I know 2 guys. Oh, actually, before I ask that, what is good now is I have an easier matchup with Brian next week. Oh, that's a fair point, Alex. That's a good point. So maybe it does counter in some way. So we'll see.
I mean, realistically, you're losing this week.
There's a very good chance.
After Thursday.
So, Josh, let me ask you. I know Teach made a move and Nick made a move around you. How you feeling, draft? Because your team is definitely some would consider it before today, and maybe still that you're like the first or second best team. We said that it was
the same ballpark as Cooks for Watson. I think they're very like similar.
I think that was a closer deal. I still think Nick got off better with Hill, but I understand why you did it. It was completely necessary to get Wentz for what he had. Tyreek was a hell of a price to give up, but we know what Wentz can do. So